What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and if you guys know anything about this YouTube channel, you know we've been critical about power hours in Fortnite. This has been something that I've talked about on and off for a while now on this channel, and my whole thought about power hours was that in the past, they haven't really seemed that interesting. They haven't really felt like something I wanted to log into the game for. However, that all changes with this season's power hours. As you guys know, this season's all related to collecting these different sprites, abstracting them into your lobby and everything else, and trading them with other people, you know, having the biggest sprite collection possible in all of the different variants while Epic Games continues to release new sprite variants. And they've been doing power hours this time around focused around sprite collection, which is something that actually seems useful, especially since it unlocks different variants of, you know, like battle pass cosmetics and stuff. It makes me really want to actually go ahead and grind out these power hours for all of the different benefits you can actually get from them. And there's no exception to the one that will be happening this Saturday, June 20th, because in today's YouTube video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know about the Gummy power hour that will be happening this weekend. Every single weekend, they're going to be having a new power hour for us to enjoy, and the whole entire purpose of these power hours, at least early on, is to have maybe some gameplay modifiers. This is something that they could change in the future. They're asking the community online if they should even have some of these modifiers enabled, while also keeping a focus on sprite collection. So to start this off, let me go ahead and pop up this image on screen right now that shows what it's actually going to look like in game once the Gummy hour starts and goes live. As you can see right here, it says more Gummy sprites, limitless 7 sliders have been acquired, infinite sliders, self-revive kits, and free healing after shield breaks are all benefits of this power hour. And to kind of explain how this is going to work, if you guys recall to the golden power hour we just had like 2 days ago, you actually end up getting less of a chance to get the other variants. So instead of getting like a starter variant, you know, you'll have that still kind of popping up as the default one, but instead of getting, for example, when the Gummy power hour goes live, a gold variant, golds are going to become exceedingly rare during that power hour due to the focus being on gummies. Now, we're not for sure if the odds are going to be the exact same odds that we actually ended up getting for the gold power hour, but if it is, that means from every chest you open and every sprite that potentially shows up in a world, it will have a 30% chance of actually spawning in the Gummy version during this power hour. Now, on top of this, there are some other things to keep in mind about these power hours. Firstly, Gummy sprites actually sell for 1.1 times the normal sprite sell price, so you're actually getting a little bit extra sprite dust every time you extract a Gummy sprite. However, during this power hour, all extractions will be doubled in terms of how much sprite dust they give you. So instead of getting like 1,000 for a normal sprite, or actually instead of getting 500 for a normal sprite, you'll get 1,000. Instead of, for example, getting 600-ish for a actual Gummy sprite, you'd get 1,100 or 1,200, you know, depending on how the multiplier actually plays into stuff, because we're not for sure if this is going to be an override to the Gummy multiplier, or if this is going to be an override to the base price on top of the multiplier, or how it actually ends up working, but you'll be getting over 1,000 sprite dust from every extracted sprite, regardless of rarity during the power hour. Now, on top of that, when it comes to the actual items you spawn with, as we've already mentioned by the description, you'll spawn with mythic limitless 7 sliders that have no cooldown, no durability, nothing like that, so you can just slide around the entire time, which is going to be insane for actually collecting all of the rare sprites and trying to go to all the sprite chests. As you guys have been seeing in this video, I've been using like a certain route or whatever to try grabbing some sprites and stuff here and there, but it is one of the things that will be enabled, which is definitely going to be good for the Gummy power hour, because while I have seen a lot of golds, I feel like the Gummies are just like really, I can't aim, okay, but I feel like the Gummies are just really rare for some reason. Like, I've only gotten starters. I've only gotten the fire, water, and earth Gummies that spawn in my game. And now when it comes to the other stuff you'll be having during the power hour, a self-revive device will be granted to you, so you will be able to self-revive yourself, and this 2x multiplier to the sprites that you're abstracting will actually count towards gold sprites as well. But the whole entire point is basically spawn in, slide around, have some fun, be able to revive yourself if you get downed, and grab as many Gummy sprites as you can while this change is active. And all sprites should have the same odds of actually spawning in game, so if you're trying to find a 0-point sprite, or if you're trying to find, you know, like a punk sprite, a water sprite, whatever else, and you're trying to find the Gummy versions, you should have same odds across the entire board for all of them, except for the fact that certain sprites, like I think the 0-point sprite only spawns near the middle of the map in the actual 0-point area, which makes it, you know, a very limited spawn to actually get. So keep that in mind as you're going through and grinding and trying to grab all the different sprites so that you can have them in your collection and master them. With that said, however, I hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Hope it got you excited for the Power Hour that will be happening this Saturday. If it did, consider subscribing to support the content I create. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll keep you up to date with everything going on with Fortnite and everything going on with the sprite changes as I find out more information. Now, I will be having a video soon where we will be talking about something that isn't related to sprites, so don't worry if you want to hear about other gameplay parts of Fortnite. We still do have news for that stuff as well, such as an upcoming Shock Rock item. Until next time, however, I'll catch you champs and champheads a little bit later in another upload, so peace out.